Welcome back to the Driveway Beers podcast with Mike and Alex. As always, we appreciate you listening. Please rate us on all the podcast platforms. Like, subscribe, comment, share wherever else you're listening, and enjoy the show. All right, welcome back to another show. We appreciate you listening. As always, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. We're going to continue our agreement, our handshake agreement with you as the listener. If you are listening to this content for free somewhere, which is anybody who's listening, because we don't charge a dime for any of this anywhere, go ahead and hit that follow, the like button, the follow button, subscribe button, whatever the button is where you're listening. Go ahead and click on that for us. That's our handshake agreement. You get all the free content we can put out, and we get a like, follow, subscribe, or share. Seems like a nice gentlemanly agreement. Wow, I had to enunciate that there because words are hard.
We give you an hour of enlightening, thought-provoking discussion. And all you do is you give us a little click. Or a rating. And you can even hate us. Because the rating's a rating.
Haters. Want to thank Adam Chubbuck, Douglas Realty in Pasadena, Maryland. That's tacmd.com, tacmd.com. That's tacmd.com. Want to thank Adam for his continued support. And also for just being a friend to Mike and I. Although, I guess technically, we became friends after the sponsorship.
Yeah,
but still the same.
No, I'd chill with him regardless of sponsorship.
Well, so he's going to go on the. So we do the October golf outing, not outing, guys' weekend golf outing. I don't know what you call that shit. He's going with us.
Okay.
I haven't gotten you to go yet.
No, well, because I always have baseball.
It's October. It's like
baseball never ends.
That's true for you. Although actually, because the girls play fall ball, so it's not going to end for me either this year. However, I tell Sherry, it's like, you got this weekend. This might be a little bit different because last year the girls basically played back to back on the same field, and
that was nice.
Huh? It was. I parked my chair in the shade. And in the nice fall, 65, 70-ish degree weather, a little breeze going on, I could have been in a lot worse places. I would have liked a hot dog now and again, but I was told that couldn't happen. I voiced my strong displeasure to our mutual friend. And he was like, suck it up, bring your own hot dog. I was like, okay, good enough. So... I don't have a good lead in for this one. Although, I feel like sometimes we are living in some kind of bizarro dumbassery world. Mm-hmm. Like we've talked about idiocracy. Like this is not politics today, but idiocracy can apply to other avenues in our lives.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
I believe, and I guess this is a good place to start. We've talked about the adult hobby horsing before.
Yeah.
There's apparently a pro hobby horse league.
Like
they go and
the horse's head on a stick?
Yeah. Yeah. There's no actual horses involved. Like these people go and put the horse. They
do like dressage.
I don't even know what that word is.
It's So it's an equestrian sport.
Okay.
So meaning the cost of entry is pretty high.
Okay. For real horses.
Real horses.
Okay.
Yeah. Real horses. Okay. Anything involving a horse is expensive.
Sure.
It's cheaper to learn how to fly airplanes than it is to like have horses as a hobby.
Okay. But not a hobby horse.
Now dressage is one of the events. So you've got like steeplechase, which is one where they run and they jump over things.
Isn't that running, though? Like, don't they do the steeplechase in, like, actual track and field?
Yeah, but they do it with the horses, too.
Okay.
Is
it different for them? Or do they do the same course?
I think it's a little more challenging for the horse. Because they have jumps that they have to jump over.
So, okay, all right.
And then there's horse jumping. I don't know what that's called.
The jumping one.
Yeah.
That's the one these people are doing.
Yeah. And then there's dressage. And dressage is really boring.
Is that the one where the horse dances around?
Yeah. Okay. More boring than the other horse sports. I'm sorry, equine sports.
Equine, yes.
So Yeah, the horse like prances around, and like the rider sits there and like has to make it do like different things with its feet.
Sure.
And then the rider is the one that gets the medal, not the horse, even though the horse did all the work.
So we usually go off on a tangent later in the episode. I'm going to go off on a tangent right now, and this is just going to be the first kind of what the fuck moment in this episode. When a horse, like if a horse wins the Kentucky Derby, why does the jockey get all the accolades?
Well,
because his ass is 95 pounds. The horse doesn't even know he's on it.
Right. The horse, though, does get, once they win, they get put out to pasture as a stud.
True. You know, it's got,
which I used to think meant that they just strutted around and banged lady horses.
Right.
But I think for safety, some dude goes and jerks the horse off into a bag. So,
I believe you're correct.
A video popped up, and it was this dude, and they have a mare, a female horse, nearby, while some dude is jerking this poor horse off, and I'm like, all the horse wants to do is tag or on the other side of the fence, but he can't. There's this weird guy jerking him off. So
why don't they let the horses go do what horses do?
Apparently, it's more effective if the mare is artificially inseminated, and then they can do multiple ones with the one, So,
I think I saw I don't know why I saw this. And maybe this isn't but basically they put in this glove that's like an arm length glove, and they basically go into the horse's ass.
Yeah,
but I don't think that's what this is. I just don't know why someone would want to put their hand up a horse's ass.
Eventually.
Or is that how they inseminate the female? But I don't know if it goes up ass.
Well, no, it wouldn't work up the ass.
This probably would be a great spot to have an expert.
A veterinarian.
Yes, this probably would be that time. But we didn't. There's no one else here. You gross, if that's your job. But, probably an important one. Because, you got to make more horses.
Yeah. Or you just let them do it the way nature's been doing it for...
I'm trying... Is it too dangerous for the horses? Could, a horse get... could a horse get injured?
There have been horses before there's been artificially inseminating horses, so
right.
I imagine.
Right. Yeah.
They could probably freeze it and send it to another horse somewhere else.
Leave it up to a human to ruin a good time. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's probably the mare that's across from the horse doesn't I don't think that's the intended target.
No.
That's just some random. It's like horse porn. The horse is just sitting there.
We didn't have horse reproduction on the schedule today, but 8 minutes in, here we are.
What else is going to come up?
Some guy's gloved up jerking off a horse. All right.
So, back to the hobby horse.
Yes.
Things. I don't think there's jerking off the horse as one of the events.
There is wood involved, but but I don't know. It is not being jerked off.
No, but I think so. But there's I think they do. I've seen it where these weirdos are prancing around and jumping over little obstacles and shit.
Yes.
And it's but there's a pro level of this.
I believe so.
What must one do to ascend to the
pro?
Is there a minor league system?
I'm pretty sure there's a qualifying system of regional shows. Yes, there are shows.
You just showed up.
But then it's these, and I'm gonna say it's mostly ladies doing this. Some I am ashamed that I'm going to say this. Some of the jumps are actually quite impressive. That a human is going over the height that they're going over. But then I also remember there is a wooden horse between her legs. And I go back to thinking how stupid this is. And they're usually in some middle school gym doing it. That's the venue.
They're not at Capital One Arena.
No, there is no viewership for this.
Though we managed to see it.
We did. Yeah, we very much so. And that's what social media has done to this country. Because that's where I saw it. But every time, it's And this kind of moves into the topic of what other ridiculous professional sports are out there today. And so I think I texted this to you. It was either this morning or yesterday. And you were like, yes, we need to talk about this.
Yeah.
So I imagine that you've seen at least a couple. And I've seen at least a couple. And the one that brought it up for me, it wasn't the hobby horse one, oddly enough. It's this whole bullshit online about flag football being in the goddamn Olympics. At what point are we just making hobbies professional? Because apparently there's a professional flag football league. And now the debate is, if with flag football being in the Olympics, should we send our NFL athletes who actually play actual football, or should we send the flag football guys that play flag football? I'm thinking flag football, A, shouldn't be in the Olympics, and 2, definitely shouldn't be a pro sport, because any asshole can do it.
Yeah. I mean, so if they did send NFL guys, they would freaking destroy everyone.
Not according to, I believe his name is Daryl Doucette.
What does Mr. Doucette have to say?
Mr. Doucette says that it's a different game.
Okay, so if all the guys playing flag football could run better routes and catch better balls than the current wide receivers in the NFL, then they'd probably be doing that.
This guy thinks that he's got better flag football skills than like a Lamar Jackson would. Because he knows how to make guys miss the flags. Okay,
Lamar Jackson is not going to make people.
Right, yeah. I'm pretty sure Lamar's just going to run by him. But this is also the guy that I believe the USA flag football team lost to Germany like 90-10. Like, we can't be losing to Germany in flag football. I'm sorry.
No, that's why we bring the ringers in.
Correct. It's our sport. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, we already lost basketball.
Yes.
And some would say that's because the Europeans play a more technically correct game, which the current state of the NBA, I would agree. Where refs actually call traveling and, things like that. Double dribbles. But I can't see. So all the dudes playing flag football right now, if they were good enough to play regular football better than current NFL football players, they would all be playing in the NFL.
Right.
It's not like I choose flag because it's a different game and I like it more. No. If you had the choice, like you started playing football at some level, chances are you didn't come up playing only flag.
Right.
You probably play on your high school football team, and then if you went to college, then you tried out for an NFL camp and didn't get picked, and then you went to the USFL and didn't make it there, and then you went to the Arena League and didn't make it there, and then you went to flag football. And now you're going to turn around and say that the flag football players, are they saying they're better than, or that the NFL guys couldn't make the transition?
Yeah, I don't really know. I want to know why NFL players don't play flag football.
Because they play NFL football
That'd
and
be
get paid a
correct.
shitload of money.
Exactly. Yes, that is the correct answer. And it's just like, what are we doing here?
Well, it's like, so in the 90s, remember when, like right after the Mighty Ducks came out, hockey started getting big and then bigger, and then there was the roller hockey leagues. There was RHI, there was Pro Beach Hockey, which was this ridiculous kind of local league in California.
Right.
There was, and then roller hockey kind of took off because the cost of the bar of entry is lower in roller. Roller hockey is a lot cheaper to play than ice hockey.
Okay.
Having played both, I can say that number one, ice hockey is the better game. It's the real version, and it's harder because it's there's very little contact in roller hockey. So I look at flag football as roller hockey to ice hockey. Like, it's a lesser fake thing. Almost like slow pitch softball is not baseball.
Right.
It's not softball either. Slow pitch softball is some big, huge dude just hitting dingers. He might as well just put the ball on a tee. Now, there are slow pitchers like, you couldn't do it. Well, I mean, who cares? It's stupid. Like, why would I want to do it?
Then you got the wiffle ball guys.
Yeah.
That's a league.
Right. So if those guys, another ridiculous pro league.
Yes.
Now, it is cool to watch those ridiculous pitches with the wiffle balls.
Right.
But if all those dudes playing pro wiffle ball could sign major league contracts, they would all be playing in Major League Baseball.
Well, if you could throw a wiffle ball like that guy could, you'd sign with the wiffle ball league.
No, I wouldn't, because I have a job. Right. And you get paid like, what, $100 a game? Maybe. I can make more umpiring a game. Right. I can make the same money umpiring 10 UREC games in the afternoon.
Right. Yeah. The other ones I believe I saw, Pro Cornhole. That's an actual thing. I believe it's sponsored by Johnsonville Brats.
So
it's also aired on ESPN.
So my wife and I, prior to pre-kids, there's a state cornhole tournament at the was it Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium where the midshipmen play.
Okay. So
we go, and to qualify, your payment had to be accepted, and you qualified for the state cornhole tournament. So we played, and we actually did pretty good, surprisingly. But then we ran up against these two dudes. The one guy had like a bowling arm brace on.
Oh, he meant business.
And then they were like discussing strategy, and they were like, we were drinking, and they're like, I said, "Oh, beer's on me, guys." And they're like, "We don't drink when we play." I'm like, "Oh,
no boy."
I thought you had to drink when you play. I thought it was a requirement. But no, those guys are pretty sick. But we made it to the quarterfinals, so I was a state quarterfinalist in a cornhole tournament. Does that make me a pro cornhole player?
I mean, it might. You never know at this stage. Other pro leagues. Okay, all right. Pro disc golf.
That's when you like throw the frisbee into the cage-looking thing, right?
Yeah, the chain basket.
Yeah,
that's just randomly out there.
Yeah.
Is it easy? No.
No.
Should it be a sport?
Also, no.
Should it be a professional sport?
No.
That's where this
is it a sport or is it a game?
And I think so. Eventually, we're going to have to answer this question, right? After we name all the ridiculousness that's out there, we're going to probably have to say, okay, well, why do we think this shouldn't be a sport? Or why shouldn't it be a professional sport? Now, technically, should this be a podcast that gets money? No, but someone does pay for it, right? So, who are we to say that?
Right. Let he who is without sin cast the first stone.
Right. We're just throwing stones here. We're throwing them hard. I understand what the counter argument is to this, but I feel like cornhole. I can go play cornhole, right? I can't play NFL football against an NFL player.
No, you die.
I don't have that ability.
Right. You wouldn't even get the opportunity to go out there and die.
No. But
neither would I.
Let's say they just had open tryouts. Okay? Let's say it happened.
Like when Tom Selleck would try out for the Detroit Tigers every year.
Right. So I'm out there. I think I probably make it a play and a half before I'm almost legally dead. Because someone just decided to pancake me.
Sir, that was the coin flip.
Yeah, I'm gone. And baseball, there's no shot I'm hitting a fastball. Pro softball, can't hit that. No. Sorry, I'm probably flinching. Now that's fairly new. That's been like a on and off pro thing, but now this one, the Athletes United is actually backed by the MLB this time, so it's got a shot. Okay, so I'm trying to. There was one other. So there's cornhole, frisbee golf thing. There was one that's just, and it was just astronomically bad.
Well, there's pickleball.
That's the one. Fucking pro pickleball.
There's some celebrity that's like heavily invested in that.
I don't get it. I just, I'm having a hard time wrapping my brain around this because I've seen pickleball being played.
I've played pickleball.
Yeah. And this is what kind of brought it to my mind. Like, I was in Target yesterday. The kids had some gift cards. They wanted to spend their gift cards. So we go to Target after dinner. Went over. And I just so happen to stroll into the sporting goods section, which is, Target, do
Limited.
better.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. That place is abysmal. It's almost like, you ever go into TJ Maxx and the shit's just, and like Sebastian Maniscalco did a thing on this where he's talking about how the floor, everything's on the floor.
Yeah.
No one's putting stuff on the racks. Target is kind of getting that level. Where like nothing is where it should be. Everything's on the same hanger thing. Like, what are we doing? So I'm in the sporting goods section and I see like pro pickleball paddles.
Pro.
It says professional pickleball paddles by Prince. So Prince, the tennis racket.
Yeah.
maker.
How much were
They were like $70. See, the Franklin's usually the toy maker that makes like tees and the plastic bats and shit for kids. These things were like $35. But I'm like, okay, well, what's the difference between the pro one and the toy one? So I'm like I tapped on the Prince one. Sounds plastic as fuck. Mm-hmm. I tap on the Franklin one. Also plastic as fuck. I'm like, I hear no difference. Like, I don't even hear like a thickness difference.
Well, one of them probably has a honeycomb structure, laminate system.
I don't doubt that. I'm sure there's something. I'm sure the professionals will let me know what the difference is.
Pro pickleball is called MLP, which is Major League Pickleball.
Oh, Jesus.
And the celebrities who are owners of this enterprise are Tom Brady, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and Naomi Osaka. I don't know who that is.
She is a women's tennis player.
Okay. So I knew the first three. Everyone knows the first three unless you believe under a rock.
Okay.
Yeah, but apparently it's pretty big. But I'm trying to figure out, like, is that be done like tennis? Because remember there's a pro tennis league, and like the Washington Castles was the team, and they would like go play. But how does that work? Like, you just go play a match somewhere else?
Yeah, I don't even know. That's wild to me. I mean, is pickleball international?
I don't know.
Is it a world sport, or is this something we fucked up? Like, did we make it up?
It's designed for old people that couldn't play tennis anymore.
Right, but is it only here? Is this something bullshit we invented?
Pretty sure. I like pickleball because you can play it with a drink in your hand.
No, I'm not saying it's not fun.
It's a lot of fun.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not trying to say this.
Would
is
I
not
go pay to watch someone else play it? No.
Right.
Would I watch someone else play it? Also no.
Yeah. No. My only thing, it's like I'm not against flag football. I'm against it being a professional fucking sport.
Yeah.
I'm not against pickleball. I'm against there being a professional league of pickleball.
Yeah.
Because that sounds stupid. Like, I get it being a hobby, an activity. I'll even call it a sport if you really want to. Mm-hmm. But you know what pickleball is? It's paddleball from the beach.
Yeah.
That's all this is.
Yeah, but there's other requirements.
A net?
Yeah, but you can't hit the ball in the kitchen.
Okay.
You can't go overhand. Everything's underhand.
So you can't even smash.
Right.
So power shots are out.
Yeah.
Okay.
You put spin on the ball.
Yeah. So it's ping pong.
Yeah.
Except with ping pong, you can overhand smash.
Yeah.
That's again not professional.
Right.
Right. I'm sorry. Now on the opposite end of this, there's professional pool.
Yeah.
There's professional darts, and there's professional snooker.
You
want to
see some? The Europeans have some weird sports.
They do. Yeah.
Like they get darts, snooker,
right?
Which is like bumper pool.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I don't understand snooker at all.
The Europeans will also race anything.
That's right.
Like semi trucks, school buses, and not like in the figure eight, but like seriously, like on a road course.
Well, they're not crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, the figure eight is an American way to fuck that up, right? Yeah. Oh, you think you got something going? We'll make them run into each other. We'll make it exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, and then they look back at us. You only make lefts in your NASCAR. Our Formula One goes right and left.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You got us on that one. So here's our figure eight to fuck up your school bus race.
Figure eight race. It's actually kind of when they nail each other. There's some strategy involved.
Again, I'm not saying I don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying there should be no professional league.
No. We have tractor pulls.
We do. Actually, I think there's a pro league for that.
There is.
But okay, so then the question is, what should be considered? What should be considered to be allowed to have a pro or just a hobby? I mean, I'm not. The shit exists, right?
Yeah.
But the thing with pickleball is, like, I watched some dudes playing it, and it's like this 6'8" dude who is probably a failed tennis pro decided to, you know what, I'm going to go into pickleball. I'm going to rock this shit. And apparently he's like the number one pickleball player. But guess what? If he went to tennis, he'd be like the 150th tennis player again.
Yeah.
So it's like, so is it a place for failed people in other sports to go?
It's like the B League.
Right. You know, it's kind of like, you're not in F1, so we're going to put you in F2.
Yeah.
Which doesn't have the engines aren't as big, right? Or we're going to put you, or we're going to put you in the sprint cars, which, you know, now you're just going to slide around dirt.
Well, I mean, that's kind of like the way people go to get to NASCAR, which I'm not a big NASCAR guy. I think it's kind of boring. Actually, like, if I was to watch racing, it would be F1. Actually, I'd probably watch like SCCA, which are actually like real cars. But here's other pro league. PFC.
Professional fighters? No.
Pillow Fighting Championship.
Ooh.
I saw it on ESPN. Yeah.
The Ocho is hurting for content. Is that where we're at?
Like, you couldn't have found some D3 freaking women's soccer game to put on? Nope. Pillow Fighting Championship.
Oh, boy.
So they fight each other with pillows, as one would expect per the name, and they take it really seriously, which is funny because it's so stupid. But yeah, it's like dudes. I wish we had video because you could see these clowns. I mean, they look like pretty in shape guys. Are these failed MMA guys?
Probably.
Now, it would be more cool if the pillow was full of bricks or gravel.
I'm pretty sure they have that in Japan. But if you want some weird shit, Japan's got it for you. Japan has all the weird stuff. I mean, all right. So I'm kind of baffled by the pillow fighting.
You gotta look it up.
Are there dudes doing it?
Let's see if there's a men's. The only one I saw was dudes.
So yes, then it's dudes.
So yeah.
I mean, if it's women's, I would assume it's on a different kind of channel, like Playboy or Spike.
Yeah, I don't know if there is a women's division. There has to be. So the pillows used for the championship are specially designed for combat. They feature unique handles and straps that can be used to maximize centrifugal force, shape-holding foam, and compression density. The pillowcase is made from sailcloth and features a waterproof and airproof polymer on one side. The weight, 2 pounds. Fans are given the pillows at the end of each event in an attempt to grow the popularity of the sport. So they should give it to you before, so when you fall asleep watching it, you'll have something to put your head on.
Is that their way of like the foul ball in baseball? Like if you catch it, you get to take it home?
Yeah.
Well, this one, they're just giving you the foul ball, or AKA the pillow.
Here's the bat.
And you can take it home?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. What are we doing?
Yeah, streamed on the Ocho.
Jesus.
And Brazilian national television.
Oh, well, that does make a little more sense.
Yeah. So
are people oiled up? I mean,
no, there's no oil. They wear it looks like they wear like basketball type.
Oh Jesus, so they're clothed. All right.
Yeah.
So this is not going on the Spice Channel.
No.
Too much clothing for the Spice Channel.
No, I wonder if there's a women's division. I gotta see.
There's no way they have only a men's division for pillow fighting. You can't. The organizers of this didn't figure out that, hey, maybe women are the draw.
Yeah.
There's no shot. There's got to be a women's division.
Yeah, there is a women's division.
Okay, yeah, all right. I was going to say, you don't create pro pillow fighting without a women's division.
Right.
In fact, they probably should dominate. At least in the viewership.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see dudes hit each other with pillows. None.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't think of...
It's got to get worse ratings than the NBA Finals, all right? And that's hard to do right now.
Yeah, so pro... How much do pro pillow fighters make?
Oh, no.
$250 per fight. The champion also earned a $5,000 cash prize.
Whoa. $250 per fight?
Yeah.
Okay. But then that gets boosted to a $5,000 bonus if you're the champ?
Yeah. So say you go through a tournament with 16 fighters, you'd have to be in 8 matches.
8 matches would get you $2,000.
Yeah.
Plus the $5,000 for being the champ. You get $7,000 just for going to smacking some shit around with a pillow.
Yeah. No, they aren't dancing around like boxers do. Like they are like bobbing and weaving. I just don't see am I going to avoid being hit by a pillow? Not with the same tenacity I avoid being hit with a sack of quarters.
I feel like you would just go and eat the first one and then take your pillow and just beat the ever-loving crap out of the guy.
I want to see like the first knockout.
If anyone gets knocked out, you should just...
Like not a TKO, but like an actual like ding, 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 like 1, 2, 3, you're out.
No, you need to go to the most faraway land and make sure no one ever sees your face again if you get knocked out by a pillow. I'm sorry. Especially if you're a dude. Maybe it won't. No shade to women, but maybe their jaws aren't taking the beating as much. Yeah. I don't know. You know what? No. If you're a woman, you get knocked out by a pillow, you go to the island too. You go to the Never Never Land because you shouldn't want to show your face either.
Have you heard of the LFL?
You know what? I'm sure this is going to just be the worst thing ever, but I'm trying to figure it out in my head before I say I don't know. LFL. No, go ahead.
It's the Lingerie Football League.
Oh. That needs to go on the Spice Channel.
Now, they're playing arena football. It's tackle football.
Yes.
They wear hockey helmets with like visors so you still see their face.
Right.
And
along with everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there isn't much in the uniform area.
Right.
But yeah, to me, that's got a very specific audience going for it.
Yeah,
I don't think that could be shown before 10 p.m. on any channel.
No,
that's a late night
right. Like
channel.
You're because they now have like some schools are having like I know Frederick County did some like have girls flag football as a varsity sport.
Okay,
but I don't think those girls are aspiring to play in the LFL.
No.
Like I think that's kind of a place where you end up.
And some of those girls need to put some clothes on too. Okay.
You still need linemen, women.
We got to get some clothes that cover something. You know what I'm saying? Like they're treating it like it's almost the LFL.
Yeah.
And they're in high school. It needs to stop. We need to stop that right now.
Well, I've noticed that high school girls either wear nothing, like tiny shorts or sweatsuits that I could fit into.
Right.
There's like no middle ground.
Well, there's also the the enormous sweatshirt with the small shorts, so it doesn't look like they're wearing shorts.
Right, the no pants outfit.
So like the teacher's got to stop and be like, all right, I got shorts check. I got to see if you're wearing shorts. If not, you got to go home. You got to go home.
Yeah.
We can't have this. Like, what are we? Come on. But that's the style. You're right. The other one is like, well, you might as well just put a burqa on.
Right. Like, like the sweatsuit's so big, like I could wear it.
Yeah, it's like wide leg sweats
and an enormous hoodie.
It's almost like It's almost like the 90s are back. It's almost like the grunge style, only instead of jeans, they're sweats.
Jinko sweats.
Right. Right. That's what it is. And it's like oversized everything.
Yeah.
Which, you know what? If that's what the girls want to wear, I'm all for that.
No,
wear it.
I think a lot of those school policies that are like directed towards girls, like, oh, because boys can't be in class with them that way. Well, then control yourself, dude. How are you going to be in the real world?
Right.
You know, that's and I only have boys, so it really shouldn't. I don't have a dog in the fight, but I think that's.
Well, the boys went a little far with it too. Now, the boys are showing way too much man thigh.
No one wants to see that. My kid comes downstairs and like, dude, are those your little brother's shorts?
Right.
No, this is like the style. Like the style's stupid.
Right.
Fix it.
Like that wasn't. I guess it was in because NBA shorts in the '80s, short shorts for the guys.
Yeah, but then they got super baggy, like Allen Iverson days.
Right.
And then they went back to...
Now they're a little short, but not as short as the 80s.
Yeah.
But even so, I mean, it's like... But now they're even, like, a little tight.
Yeah.
Like okay, we got the length-ish. Like, we could be a little longer. Like, how about above the knee? Just above the knee. Right? And they don't need to hug your thighs.
But I see all the dudes wearing tight pants. Like, how's that at all comfortable? How do you bend over? How do you sit down without castrating yourself?
I mean, look, I was anti-jogger for the longest time. Mm-hmm. And then I got a pair of joggers, and they're really comfortable.
Yeah.
They're stretching them, though.
Yeah.
But they're not tight like women's jeggings are.
No.
I'm not cutting off circulation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I know the ladies are like, well, jeggings are really comfortable. They don't cut off anything.
Oh, well, like my wife wears leggings all the time.
Right.
Like that's
sure
like
super comfortable.
Yeah.
Right. I think the joggers are as tight as guys' pants should go. And some of those guys need to size up one. We can't be having...
No one wants to see that.
No one wants to see your bulge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or lack thereof. No one wants to see any of it. Come on, let's face facts, fellas. Unless you got the donkey dick, unless you just, boss hog down there, we don't need that.
Yeah.
Nobody needs that. And it's like, all right, but the fella's shorts killing me. I don't need to see that much thigh on you. Mm-mm. It's just too much. Way above the knee.
Yeah.
Like if your shorts are closer to the crotch, if the bottom of your shorts are closer to the crotch than the knee, we got some problems. Mm-hmm. Like, well, they're bird dogs. They got the long underwear underneath them. I don't care.
Yeah. Have another claw, dude.
Yeah. It's almost like the kids who the basketball kids or the other kids who wear the basketball shorts, like the short basketball shorts, but then they got the full length tights on or whatever, the boy leggings.
Yeah.
Whatever the shit that is. Just wear longer shorts, man. Let your legs breathe.
Those are compression. That's for compression of the muscles.
I'm sure he's jumping 10 feet higher. It's like Michael Jordan said, it's the shoes, right? Well, these guys, it's the compression shorts, cutting off whatever circulation they got to their nuts, because there's certainly not anything manly about that outfit.
No.
It's like, fellas, come on, we gotta straighten up, fly right. You know what I mean? Let's bring it back, bring something back, bring something else, anything else.
I will say, so I was riding the Peloton. And I had these Under Armour cold gear like leggings, right? Okay. So when you ride a bike, the reason bike shorts are tight is to eliminate chafing.
Sure.
So I put those on, and I was riding the bike. It was comfortable, right? It worked for what I was doing. I was riding a bike. When I was done, I walked back upstairs. I'm just making breakfast. I'm still wearing my meggings, right?
You're playing with fire, literally.
I was like, this is kind of comfortable. And then Lindsay, my wife comes down. She's wearing her leggings. Mm-hmm. She said, "Oh, you have leggings on too." And this is kind of unfair that we can't do this. But I thought to myself, no, it's a good unfair though, because no one wants to see this. People want to see that. They don't want to see this.
Meanwhile, she gives you a little smack on the...
Yeah.
She gives you a little smack to watch you jiggle, and then you turn around and be like, now you know how I do it. But no. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. See?
Now,
I was just objectified, and I don't mind.
Right. In fact, I'd like you to do it again.
But yeah, I quickly extinguished the thought that men should... No one wants to see all that business.
No. We're not made for the eyes. Women are made for the eyes.
Well, it's funny. I was just talking about this with some friends at the pool, and I said, when you look at a car, right? Say a sports car, and people say, "Oh, that car is sexy." The car probably has feminine lines. No one looks at an F-250 that has masculine lines and says, "Oh, that's a sexy truck." No, it's just a big block. It does what it does, and it's good at it. But the car or the boat or whatever it is that has feminine lines is sexy, so that's appealing to everybody. I said, even women like looking at boobs.
It's why in marketing, a lot of marketing is done with women.
Yeah.
Because men like looking at women. Women like looking at women.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make them lesbian or whatever. They just
no.
It's a beautiful body form.
Yeah.
Not to objectify them, but again, but that's why they put at the car shows. It's the women at the car showing the car.
Well, to change some of that up now.
Yeah, and I guarantee you, no one's looking at the car with the guy there.
The Commanders have male cheerleaders out there with them.
And nobody's looking at that.
And for body positivity, they have bigger girls out there.
I know this is controversial. I'm all for that. I mean, look, we're not saying, look, hey, this is super healthy,
right?
But a little something extra. Some of us out there prefer that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Right.
I mean, not to throw shade at Lizzo, but I don't want her to be the Commander's cheerleader. But hey, maybe 1/3 of Lizzo. Lizzo divided by 3 might not be a bad thing.
Yeah, Liz.
Right. Right. You got a Liz and a no. But yeah, no. Okay. To kind of wrap this up, this is probably a short episode. But I guess my thing is this. And maybe this is just my curiosity killing the cat here. Why are there professional leagues in these things? Isn't this when did hobbies need professional labels on them? And why are there? There are people sponsoring this, so I guess people will go professional if that's what it's got to be called in order to get paid to do it, right? Do these guys get paid? Are they just practicing cornhole 5 days a week and go on the tournaments to win that cash?
Probably in the gym a couple days a week.
So I bet you the wiry body is probably a little bit more effective, a little more flexibility in your throw.
Right. There's also a ultimate frisbee.
Are there I'm sure there's sponsors in that.
Yeah. It's the UFA. It's Professional Ultimate Frisbee League in North America, established in 2012.
I feel like we're about 10 months away from professional Quidditch, which it's not even a real fucking thing. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
Do you remember the movie The Internship? Was it The Internship? It was the one with Vince Vaughn, Owen Wilson. They go intern at Google.
Yes.
Okay. And part of it is they had Quidditch teams.
Mm-hmm.
So someone took the idea from the book, made it into a game on land. It made it into a movie. And that was probably about 10 years ago, 15 years. I guarantee you there's probably a professional Quidditch league. Shall we find out?
Yeah.
Hey, Google. Is there a professional Quidditch team? Yes. There are professional Quidditch teams and leagues, both in the fictional world of Harry Potter and in the real world. In the real world. Oh my God. In the Harry Potter, okay. In the real world, now called quad ball.
Oh God.
Probably because J.K. Rowling would have sued the shit out of
it.
In which I would support that to make sure there's no fucking league. Major League Quad Ball, the MLQ.
Oh, play the Q. You play like that again, you're moving up to the Q.
This is a semi-professional league. Okay, semi-professional. League in the United States and Canada featuring city-based teams. They have a regular season from June to August and a championship. The Quidditch Premier League, the QPL.
Ooh, rival league?
This league operates in the United Kingdom and parts of Europe with teams representing geographical regions. They're organized competitive play. While the players might not be full-time professionals earning a living solely from the sport, the league themselves are structured and operate professionally with tryout seasons and championships. It's worth noting the sport was rebranded from Quidditch to Quadball by many governing bodies to distance themselves from J.K. Rowling and Warner Bros. Oh, so they didn't do it to not get sued. They just didn't want to associate with English Lady Bad. Or Bad English Lady, whatever.
It's like Orange Man Bad.
Belle? Bad English Lady? Ooh. Call me JK. We'll get that trademark for you real quick. Call her Belle.
Start the website.
That's right. We can sell that one too. BadEnglishLady.com. I just... Why do we have professional sports like this?
I think there's a couple. I think number one, you've got airtime that needs to be filled, right? With all these streaming packages and pluses and all these, and then not to mention YouTube, and you put it on there, and I think enough people will do it. I also think like there are people out there that don't feel like welcome in traditional sports, so they kind of like ultimate. So my buddy and I, like when the X Games started, and it was all kinds of crazy stuff in the X Games, and my buddy, he said, the X Games are just for people who can't play real sports, so they invent their own. And it's like, oh, okay.
Fairly valid, though.
Yeah.
Like, you remember the one where it was basically the street luge, which was awesome to watch because they always crashed.
Yeah.
Would I call that a professional sport? No.
Right.
A hobby? Sure.
Yeah.
But I don't, and I could be dead wrong. I mean, I don't think people are getting paid to do street luge. But skateboarding, yeah, people get paid to do that. People get paid big money to do that. I guess if there's an audience, someone can get paid to do it professionally.
Yeah. And now because there's so many more mediums through which you can get an audience, where before it was like the big three networks. And even before that, it was like, your college, university, then, even at one point, the NFL, like college football was bigger than the NFL. And then as ways to view it went up, it got more popular and got bigger. So now, you had your big three. Then later on, you had your big three networks plus your ESPN, your local sports. Like back in the day, around here it was HTS, Home Team Sports. Well, now every city has its own Fox Sports, right? So like right now, like we have Masson here. Well, when the Orioles and Nationals aren't playing, there's not a whole lot on Masson, so they have to fill essentially 8 months of airtime,
right,
with like minor college basketball, so like Towson versus UMBC, and then so there's a couple games a week.
Beach volleyball gets thrown in there.
Oh yeah, like the dumb. It's like the dumb shit that's on Saturday afternoon on ESPN, where there's no other real sports being played.
Have you ever seen a women's basketball-esque type sport called netball?
No.
It's like basketball with no backboard and no touching. It's the strangest thing I've ever seen. And then they got this stupid like I don't even know what this is called. But like these people jump through the air with like a handball and they have to bounce it off of like a ricochet net.
Oh, slam ball. Yeah, there's a professional slam ball league.
No, it's not. This is different.
Because there is a professional one of those.
Yeah, that's the one where they just kind of slap it, slam ball.
Yeah.
Where they slap it down, the ball comes in, you slap it down.
Yeah.
Again. That's a whole nother fucking ball of wax. This is like a team sport where like you gotta like jump sideways in front and then throw the ball down, and then it shoots back out the other way. It's fucking weird. But there's a league for that shit.
So the Slam Ball League, which is like a backyard or beach party game that you play while boozing, that was on. And then, so my wife and I are sitting there, and this is on. So I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous. What do they think of next? And the very next thing that was on was pillow fighting championships. I'm like, no, there it is.
This is wild, dude. Like, this is wild to me. Like, how come we can't get on the pro cornhole? I think part of this is jealousy on my part that I didn't get in on the pro cornhole movement.
Then you'd be a professional athlete.
I could. I still feel like I could go out tomorrow and just compete at cornhole.
It can't be that hard to get good at.
Give me a week. I think I'd be all right. I think I'd have myself dialed in.
So when I drive past your house and you're out in the garage or the driveway,
all you hear is flap, flap, flap. It's just me throwing corn bags to the fucking other side of my yard.
Rather than like a bucket of practice baseballs, it's a bucket of cornhole.
That's all it is.
Corn bags.
I'm going to have ice on my shoulder next time I see you. I got to ice it down.
Tommy John.
I had a rough training session.
I use my weighted bags.
Oh my god! This is what I'm saying, dude. We're gonna live through some weird shit. Like, I feel like in the 40s and 50s, guys were coming home from war. They were fixing cars. They were doing like real shit. They were fixing their house. We got assholes playing cornhole for a living.
Yeah, like
this is bad.
It's like if you had like every family's like listless child. Like, oh, so what's such and such doing? He's making a go at professional cornhole. Like, you say it with like embarrassment,
right? How do you have enough time to figure out one that you can play cornhole like that? Or
like, say, fast forward 15 years from now, and one of your girls comes, boyfriend.
Yeah.
So what do? I'm on the pro cornhole circuit.
Nope.
Get out.
Get out. Get out. And then he's going to say, yeah, but I make $1 million a year doing that. Son, welcome back in.
You're back in the fold.
If I'm all I'm going to
like, you'd almost be better off be like, I'm a drug dealer. Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to like, son, you're back in, but you're not going to tell anyone you do that for a living. You are a doctor.
Yeah. You're a drug dealer. You're anything else.
Yeah. Any other profession. Pick it, learn it. And when people speak to you about it, you can talk about it knowledgeably. Do not tell them you do this. Ever. I will disown you. Oh man, she is going to bring home something like that. Especially the second one. The first one won't. The first one will bring home a normal kid. The second one's going to bring home the pro cornholer, and I'm just going to be like, I can't.
I live in a van for van life, and then when I get gas money, I just play some cornhole. What?
I travel the country hustling people for cornhole money.
So you're either insane or you're a trust fund kid. Which one is it?
Please tell me you're a trust fund kid, and my daughter's going to be well taken care of. Otherwise, she's going to support you in a van down by the river, and I'm going to be very upset.
Which means you'll be supporting her and him in the van by the river.
Correct. Please tell me you have a YouTube channel. Something that can provide you money. Look, at this point, a YouTuber would probably be better than a cornhole player living in a van down by the river.
If that doesn't work out, I'm going for pillow fights.
Oh, Jesus. Dude, imagine.
That guy's out there.
Imagine if. Oh, man, I can't let. Please don't bring that home to me. Please don't bring that. I can't. I don't even think my wife would be supportive of that, and she'd be supportive of almost anything, as long as they're happy. No, we are not happy about this. None of us. She's not happy. We're not happy. He's not even happy that he does this for a living. Like and subscribe. Thank you for listening. If you know of another strange professional sport that's on ESPN 8, the Ocho, leave it in the comments below. We'll see you next week. Thanks for sponsoring the show, Adam. Bet you didn't expect this one coming out.